Rodalies de Catalunya is the main commuter and regional rail system in the Spanish autonomous community of Catalonia. It is administered by the Catalan government and operated by the national rail operator Renfe Operadora.Currently, the system consists of 17 service lines chiefly centered in the Barcelona area, serving a total of 203 stations throughout Catalonia. Most part of the system is the precursor of several commuter and regional lines within Catalonia which were formerly under the administration of the Spanish government. On the 1st of January 2010, as a result of the transfer of the administration of the Cercanías commuter rail system for Barcelona, known as Rodalies Barcelona, the system was renamed Rodalies de Catalunya. 1 year later, on the 1st of January 2011, Renfe Operadora's regional services within Catalonia were included in the system after their administration had also been transferred. In 2014, 2 new commuter rail services in Camp de Tarragona and the Girona area were created as part of the system on 20 and 24 March, respectively. The Rodalies de Catalunya system, especially its Barcelona commuter rail service, has been criticized for its high number of incidents, normally resulting in delays, though some minor accidents involving injuries have also occurred. The Catalan government has pointed out as the main cause poor investment in the system's infrastructure, which is owned by ADIF, a public agency of the Spanish government in charge of conventional rail infrastructure in the country. Current system: Barcelona commuter rail service. Rodalies de Catalunya's Barcelona commuter rail service consists of 8 lines serving a large part of Barcelona metropolitan area which, in some cases, even extend out of its limits. Regardless of the Viclator de Carol portion, it runs on 467 kilometers of railway lines and has 109 stations spread all over 77 municipalities, where about 4.7 million people live. It is calculated that the service is daily used by approximately 350,000 travelers and, according to 2013 figures, its annual ridership is 105.089 million. All lines are centered in the city of Barcelona, where they run on 2 underground trunk routes. Lines R1, R3, R4 and a short stretch of line R7 use the Meridiana Tunnel, comprising Plaça de Catalunya, Arc de Triomphe, La Sagrera Meridiana and Sant Andreu Arenal stations. Contrarily, lines R2, R2 Nord and, partially, R2 Sud use the Arago Tunnel, comprising Passeig de Gràcia and El Clot Arago stations. Both trunk routes converge at Barcelona Sants railway station, the service's main station. The current system is the precursor of former Renfe Operadora's Cercanías commuter rail system for Barcelona known as Rodalies Barcelona, and it has kept most of its features. Nevertheless, while all the other Cercanías systems around Spain use letter C plus a number for identifying the lines, Barcelona's commuter rail system uses letter R instead. As for the numbering, since Rodalies de Catalunya shares market with Ferrocarrils de la Generalitat de Catalunya on the city's commuter rail, it can only use numbers from 1 to 10, leaving numbers chapter 5 and 6 for FGC lines. Since the 22nd of July 2006, a line named R10 has been running between Barcelona El Prat Airport and Barcelona's Estació de Franca. However, due to construction works near Barcelona Sant Andreu Comtal railway station, a temporary restructuring of lines R2 and R10 was implemented on the 31st of January 2009. The R10 was suspended and the R2 was divided into 3 different lines: R2, R2 Nord and R2 Sud. Although line R10 was scheduled to resume services in 2 years according to official sources, as of 2015, It has not been reopened yet and no date has been announced for this to happen. On the 26th of June 2011, a restructuring of the service affecting several lines was implemented. It mainly involved the creation of new line R8, the first line ever bypassing Barcelona, and a rerouting of line R7. Before the restructuring, former line R7 ran from Hospitalet de Llobregat to Martorell via the Meridiana Tunnel in Barcelona's city centre and Ruby. With the rerouting, it was shortened and started to run as a shuttle line between Cerdanyola Universitat and Barcelona Sant Andreu Arenal stations. New line R8 took over the former route of line R7 between Martorell and Cerdanyola Universitat, then continuing towards Granollers Centre. Thanks to the changes applied on lines R7 and R8, it was able to increase frequencies with a train every 6 minutes and 8 minutes during rush hour on lines R1 and R4, respectively. Typically, most trains call at all the stations on the line. Nevertheless, some trains on lines R2 SUD, R3 and R4 operate limited service and only call at certain stations. Furthermore, most trains on all lines, excepting lines R2, R7 and R8, operate partial services, being line R1 exclusively operated with partial services. Camp de Tarragona commuter rail service. On the 20th of March 2014, Rodalies de Catalunya began running a commuter rail service in Camp de Tarragona, a region in southern Catalonia mainly centered in the polycentric metropolitan area formed by the cities of Tarragona and Reus. At the time it started services, it was the first commuter rail service in Catalonia not centered in Barcelona. The Camp de Tarragona commuter rail service consists of two lines, which are identified by letters RT plus a number, serving a total of 13 stations. Both lines converge at Tarragona railway station and are served by stopping trains only. Currently, it does not run on weekends. Line RT1 actually serves as a reinforcement for regional services between Tarragona and Reus with 9 additional trains in each direction, allowing a service pattern of approximately 30 minutes during rush hour and lower to 1 hour during off-peak time between the two cities, combining all lines. On the other hand, line RT2 provides a direct service between the Baix Penedès and the Costa Daurada areas. Before the creation of the line, the Laboc Hospitalet de l'Enfant route was not possible without interchanging at Sant Vicenç de Calders railway station. Although line RT2 initially ran only between Laboc and Cambrils, from the 20th of June 2014 on, some trains travel further west to Hospitalet de l'Enfant stopping at Mont-Roig del Camp. Girona commuter rail service. The Girona commuter rail service started services on the 24th of March 2014, 4 days after the Camp de Tarragona commuter rail service did so, becoming the second commuter rail service in Catalonia not centered in Barcelona. It consists of a single 44-station line named RG1, which directly links the Alt Empordà, Gironès, Selva and Maresme areas. Before the RG1 started services, its route was only possible by interchanging at Maçanet-Maçanes railway station. In addition, the RG1 has improved the service pattern at stations in the Girona area. Line RG1 is actually an extension of some trains on Barcelona commuter rail service line R1 which formerly terminated at Maçanet-Maçanes. Due to this fact, line RG1's Hospitalet de Llobregat Mataró section, despite not serving as a Girona-centered commuter rail line, but as a Barcelona-centered one, is included as part of the Girona Girona commuter rail service. At the beginning, the RG1 did not run on weekends and ran exclusively between Hospital de Llobregat and Figueres. However, from the 20th of June 2014 on, some trains travel further north towards Portbou and additional weekend services are offered during the summer season. Regional rail services. Rodalies de Catalunya's division for regional rail services consists of 6 lines centered in Barcelona that serve the whole of Catalonia and are sometimes extended towards the neighboring Spanish autonomous communities of Aragon and the Valencian community, as well as the French department of Languedoc-Roussillon. Although Estació de Franca serves as the main terminus station in Barcelona for most regional lines, especially those traveling towards southern and western Catalonia, all of them converge at Barcelona Sants only, which serves as the center of the service. The 2013 ridership for Rodalies de Catalunya's regional services was 9.267 million. Regional services run on major corridors between Barcelona and other cities in Catalonia, excluding the Barcelona-Mataró and the Barcelona-Vilafranca del Penedès corridors, which are served by Barcelona commuter rail service lines R1 and R4, respectively. In addition, none of the regional services calls at all stations near Barcelona, which are already served by the city's commuter rail service. Yet they usually stop at almost all the stations in Barcelona city centre. The system's division for regional services is the precursor of several Renfe Operadora media distancia regional lines in Catalonia, which were identified using letters California plus a number. With the transfer of all regional services to the Catalan government, the lines happen to be identified with letter R, like the already transferred Barcelona commuter rail service lines. In order to differentiate the regional lines from those that are part of the Barcelona commuter rail service, the first ones use only numbers larger than 10, currently numbers chapters 11 to 16, leaving numbers chapters 1 to 10 for Barcelona commuter rail service lines. Rodalies de Catalunya's regional lines have kept the same operating scheme just like before they were transferred, similarly to all other Renfe Operadora's media distancia lines around Spain. Likewise, there exist different types of train services. Specifically, the following types of train services are present in the system's division for regional lines. Regional. These services usually call at all the stations on the line. Regional Express. In contrast to our services, re-services have fewer stops and are faster. They are, however, slightly more expensive than our services. Media distancia, mitjana distancia, similar to re-services referring to the number of stops and operating speed, though they are exclusively operated by Renfe Series 449 trains. Renfe Operadora's newest rolling stock for regional lines, and are more expensive than re-trains. Currently, they run only on Line R11. Line California 5 was previously used for regional services from Barcelona to Ripoll, Puigcerdà and La Torre de Querol, which are now operated as part of Line R3.